I hate this product. Makeup products that I absolutely hate. Did I hate it or I just don't know how to use it? Okay, confession time. There were so many products on the market that I used to hate. Like passionately, okay? Because I just thought that they didn't work for me, but it turns out I was the problem. In today's video, I'm going to be breaking down products that I completely wrote off, but it all ended up to be my fault because I was using them completely wrong. From foundations that I thought were trash to powders that I swore off forever. These are now must-haves in my everyday routine. So if you've ever hated a cult favorite product and thought, am I the only one? This video is for you. How this video is gonna work is I'm going to apply these products on this side of my face, how I used to, and this side of my face, how to correctly manipulate the products. Starting off with ANASTASIA Brow Freeze Gel. Now, I was extremely convinced that this product did not work for me. Maybe my eyebrows were too coarse, it was too thick, maybe this was created for thinner eyebrows. I had just fully given up on this, and I shouldn't have. I wish I discovered this sooner, how to use it. This is how I was applying it before. So you think logical, you fill in your brow, right? I just only fill in the edge of my brow. So I fill in the arch. I don't really need that much. I'm just shaping it, lifting it, just like that. And I'm thinking, okay, this is a brow gel, right? All you're gonna do is this. Okay, but let's let this dry. Give me a moment. Turns out this works as a laminate. So you are going to back comb your brows. If you guys ever thought I had microbladed brows, this is your moment to realize they're not. You brush them up. You can use the spoolie to flatten them out too. And then you shape your brow. 1 second while I clean this up. Look at the difference. Also, my hairs are still gonna move around here, even if I do this. Anytime I go outside and if my hair rubs on my brows, my coarse hairs are going to move around like this. And that's the bane of my existence. Like this, it stays put, not going anywhere. You have to let the brow gel dry down and then you can start sculpting your brow, or you can do your makeup and all the way in the end, you sculpt your brows. But I like to do it right now so then I can conceal it up. I'm gonna grab the ANASTASIA brow pen, a trick from ANASTASIA herself, wipe the tip down and then create hair strokes. Again, I only need to do the edge of my brow, the tail, if you will. It creates a very beautiful, natural looking brow. Voila. I'm embarrassed about this one because it is so amazing and I should have put respect on Dior's name. The Dior Backstage Foundation. Let me show you guys how I used it when I received it, okay? On this side of my face, it's prepped with hyaluronic serum, shaking the bottle. It does say shake well, but I did do this when I received this. I put it on a paleta, and then what I did, I prepped my brush as I do, and I started dipping it in to my skin as I do. This is how I apply my other foundations usually. It's giving texture. I don't know if you guys can see that. It enhanced all my texture. This is how I applied it. I was like, okay, I have medium to buildable foundation way better than this. I don't know how I feel towards it. I put it to the side until one day it was my one and only option. So then I didn't have brushes, I didn't have sponges on me that day, and I used it with my hands. Let me show you the magic of Dior Backstage. Shake. Since the last time I applied it, it gave me so much texture, I decided I'm gonna put some and mix the Starglow in there. I don't know why my mind worked like this, but I just did it. I mixed it together and I applied with my hands. I put way too much on, but do you see the visible difference? How much smoother this side looks versus this side? All my texture is enhanced on this side versus blurred on this side. Who would have thought? I mean, even on the website, it gives you clear direction to use your fingers. Oopsie. The KEVYN AUCOIN Sensual Skin Enhancer. Now, this is a holy grail product of all time for mine, and I had my little trial and error with this product a long time ago. If you guys remember the King Kylie era, her birthday glam, that was me. Also, I used this product underneath her eyes. Now, let me show you when I first purchased these, how I was applying them. You get a little dollop. I was putting it on here like a regular concealer, just picking it up like that, and I was just applying it. Back in the 2016 of it all, applying it with a lifted shape, of course. And I was like, oh, I need more coverage. And when I first started, there was no letting it marinate or sitting. What I was doing was just directly blending it out. It's very heavy, especially when setting, but it's extremely brightening. What I didn't realize is that these babies are pro-level skin transformation weapons. You do not know how many ways you can manipulate this. This could be your concealer, it could be your foundation, it could be your bronzer, it could be anything you want it to be. But a little goes a long way. Let me show you how I manipulated it to work for me, to look like Facetune. I'm actually not even going to pick up more. All I need is the residue of what I plopped on over here. What you are going to need is going to be essential oils or renewal oils. With these babies, I have two favorites, La Mer and MAC. Oh, I also love Clarins. I'm going to opt for the La Mer. Taking a tiny bit, I'm going to drop it into the skin enhancer. Taking that brush, I'm going to emulsify that product. Now we are going to apply. Do you see the difference in textures? This is liquidy. This was so dry. Going in with the blending brush and just packing that. Go over it with a sponge, if you will. Voila. Look at how sheer and beautiful and natural and radiant it looks on this side. Cakey, too much textured on this side. Also, you can keep layering on this side. You can keep going more and more and more as much as your little heart desires. Let's talk about the product that completely humbled me, the RCMA No Color Powder. When I first tried it, I hated it. It just looked like I face planted in a bag of flour. It was dry, chalky, too much. And let me show you guys why. So this is 3 ounces of product. It's a very large container. And I would always see when I first started my makeup career, I would see professional artists always using this, and I never understood why, because every time I tried it, I absolutely hated it. Number 1, the holes are way too big, because look at that. That was a lot, but so this is how I used to do it. Before, remember when I first started, more is more. I would take it with a powder puff, and I was picking up on it. I'll still give it, I'll help it because I definitely did not used to shear out my powder puff before. And I used to just place it all over. Yep, I did that. I thought it was supposed to be no color. Why did it turn my face so pale? And you thought I was finished? No. We did this, and look what else I would do. I would take some more. More is more. And I was baking with this. When you reminisce on your career and you realize face planning and getting things wrong will help you in the long run. Who would have thought? We're just going to let that bake for a second. Now I would just, wipe that all off. I mean, that just looks crazy. My skin just looks so dull on this side. But let me show you how you're actually supposed to use it. You have to use a damp beauty blender or a puff to have the product apply seamlessly. So you pick it up with the damp sponge, you prep it, and lightly apply. Look at the clear, visible difference. Chalky, white, dry, dull, silky, colorless. Now, the beauty of this pro level powder is that it's colorless, and instead of altering the color of the foundation or the concealer, what you're applying on top, it allows the colors from underneath to surface. The Inglot Gel Liner. What would I have done with my career if I didn't learn how to properly use this? I remember the first time I used this, I scared myself in the mirror. Like, I used it on myself, and I just looked like I took my finger and smeared it all over my eye. And it just looked hideous. There was no shape, there was no structure, there was no angle. It would get into all my creases on my eyes, and it was just like crease, crease, crooked line. And let me show you how it does that if it's not used properly. Picking up on it, placing it on a plate. I'm gonna need a mirror for this one. So it's safe to say I'm good at putting eyeliner on, but this product tends to widen once you put it on your eye, meaning it's a little too thick for a gel and way too dry to go on your eye. And I'm pretty professional at putting on eyeliner. I know a thing or two. It looks crazy. It just looks like someone with a shaky hand did my liner. The correct way to use Inglot Gel Liner is going to be with an added product, Duraline. Now, Duraline not only makes any product that you mix this in with waterproof, which honestly, if you're a pro makeup artist, you should always have Duraline in your kit. You can turn any eyeshadow into an eyeliner. It's amazing, or a lipstick. If you're a pro, you need it. Even if you're not a pro, you definitely need this on your vanity, in your makeup bag, because if you're traveling, it's amazing to make things waterproof. Now, not only if you cry, no liner is going to move because it's making it waterproof, but it shears out the gel liner and applies beautifully like butter, and it just like glides so sensually. I'm just going to use what's left on the plate, one tiny drop of Duraline, using that same exact brush, picking up on the Duraline, on the same brush that we used to create that wing. See how it just glides so seamlessly? Look at the difference. Same brushes, same product used on this side, same pro, hands, just Duraline added on this side. What a difference. And that's a wrap on my makeup redemption. Is there products that you used to hate that are in your holy grail like mine now? But I honestly can't believe how I hated these things and now they're all in my kit. Sound off below, and please don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment, and share with your makeup bestie. Thank you guys so much for watching. Love you. Mean it. Till next time.